Emmanuel Jan, the owner of a private school and a football academy, was found in a pool of blood at his residence at Pokrom in the Akuapem South District. Emmanuel was heard by neighbors screaming for help at around 10 p.m., and the police, on receipt of the information, proceeded to his home and found him in a pool of blood with an empty shell from a pistol behind his house. DSP Ebenezer Tete, the Eastern Regional Police PRO, has been speaking to City News.
The victim was heard shouting for help after he had been stabbed in the abdomen severally by an unknown assailant. He crawled out of the building. A resident who saw him in that state raised an alarm. The police in Ebri were subsequently called. They responded timeously, but when they got to the scene, the victim had been whisked to the Tetekwashi Memorial Government Hospital. So police conducted on-the-spot investigations at the scene of crime, and we realized that there was a knife that was left at the scene.
A solemn funeral, which was being held for a relative of a member of the NPP communications team in Suhum constituency, turned into a brawl after a misunderstanding ensued between supporters of the sitting MP Kwadwo Asante Boafo and supporters of a gentleman who could only be identified as Protozoa. The said gentleman is believed to have intentions of unseating Honorable Asante Boafo. It is, however, unclear what triggered the fight, which led to knife wounds being inflicted on two people by Jamalu, the MP's driver.
The whole incident is an internal, party matter, but there's a criminal element to it. There was a communicator who died, and two feuding parties went to the funeral to commiserate with the family. During the funeral, a misunderstanding ensued between the two sides that were seen, exchanging fisticuffs. And in the process, somebody was stabbed and another person sustained minor injuries. So as we speak, Jamalo is on the run, and we hope to get him arrested very soon. And we will allow the law to apply irrespective of his stature or wherever it belongs to. Crime is a crime, and irrespective of who commits it, we have to let the law work.
The police has arrested 40-year-old Emmanuel Gaffa, who was declared wanted by the police on 24th August. The suspect was arrested after the decomposed bodies of his 38-year-old wife, Patience Zekple, and two children, 13-year-old Belinda Nyako Gaffa and 11-year-old Isaac Nyako Gaffa, were found in their home at Kashlan, a suburb of Ntronan in the New Ebrim district. According to the police, Emmanuel Gaffa was arrested thanks to intelligence gathered and support from people living in the vicinity after they made a passionate appeal for help to effect the arrest.
As I'm speaking, Emmanuel Gaffa is in police custody at the New Ebrim police station whilst investigations are ongoing. We first indicated that we were investigating a case of unnatural death, but information that was made available to police subsequently was pointing to the fact that he may have a hand in the killing of the wife and the children. So that is why we said we have placed him on the manhunt, and we are looking for him to investigate further to establish whether the wife and the children were killed by him, they die on their own, or any other thing. So for now, we are holding him. When we conclude our investigations and there's any implicating evidence against him, we are going to charge him.
Still on police arrest in the region, a total of 70 machete, a foreign-made pistol, 13 locally manufactured pistols, 4 single-barrel shotguns, 66 live AAA and BB cartridges, and 4 10 cartridges, 10 7.65 mm ammunition, and 19 mobile phones were retrieved in an operation conducted by the recently formed Anti-Armed Robbery Task Force together with the Donkokrom police on Saturday. According to the police, suspects who were arrested in the operation were part of a syndicate operating around the Afam Plains, and they were terrorizing residents in the area. The Eastern Regional Police PRO, DSP Ebenezer Tete, who confirmed the arrest to City News, added that the suspects were being held for the possession of firearms without lawful authority and they would be arraigned after investigations.
The anti-armed robbery unit, together with the Donko Chrome Division and the districts, conducted a special operation in the Donko Chrome area. But the intelligence was that these 17 persons were on their way to rescued one of their own who is suspected to have been kidnapped. The matter was initially reported to the police, so we thought if they have information that that particular person who has been kidnapped is at a certain facility, the best thing for them to do is to report the matter to the police, for the police to act. But rather, per the information that we have received currently, which we are investigating, they were on their way to that location and they were armed to the teeth.
The breakthrough made in the region by the police in the region is something the service has attributed to the general public's ability to volunteer information. DSP Ebenezer Tete believes the collaboration with residents will go a long way to minimize the activities of criminals in the region.
Persons who have enough to give the police information, vital information, that will do everything possible to protect their identity. That is the reason why the person who volunteered the information leading to the arrest of Gaffa is still not known. In the same vein, we are also appealing to especially those who know a lot about Emmanuel Jan and persons who visited him or those he actually have contact with the last 48 hours leading to his death to kindly volunteer such information to us.
So police in the Eastern region say they are very confident of protecting lives and properties of residents in the Eastern region. They are, however, calling on residents to volunteer information which will help them clamp down on activities of criminals in the region. For City News, Neoni Amate Kanaku, Kufaridia Regional Headquarters.